If you like to talk to tomatoes, if a squash can make you smile, if you like to waltz with potatoes, up and down the produce aisle.
It's time for Veggie Tales!
In the days when the judges ruled, there was a famine in the land, and a man from Bethlehem in Judah, together with his wife and 2 sons, went to live for a while in the country of Moab. The man's name was Elimelech. His wife's name was Naomi. The 2 names of her sons were Mahlon and Chilion. They were Ephesianites from Bethlehem, Judah, and they went to Moab to live there. Now Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left with 2 sons. They married Moabite women, one named Orpah and the other Ruth. After they had lived there for about 10 years, both Mahlon and Chilion also died, and Naomi was left without her 2 sons and her husband.
Oh, my husband! My poor son! He's dead! No! Gone forever!
When she heard in Moab that the Lord had come to the aid of the people by providing food for them, Naomi and her daughters-in-law prepared to return home from there. With her 2 daughters-in-law, she left the place where she had been living and set out on the road that would take them back to the land of Judah.
Go back, each of you, to your mother's home. May the Lord show kindness to you, as you have shown to your dad, and to me. May the Lord grant that each of you will find rest in the home of another husband.
We will not leave you! We will follow you!
Return home, my daughters. Why would you come with me? Am I going to have any more sons who could become your husbands? Return home, my
You're
daughters.
right. I'm out of here.
I'm too old to have another husband. Even if I thought there was still hope for me, if I had a husband tonight and then gave birth to sons, would you wait until they grew up? Would you remain unmarried for them? No, my daughters, it is more bitter for me than for you, because the Lord has gone out against me.
Don't urge me to leave you. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your God will be my God, and your people my people.
So Naomi returned from Moab, accompanied by Ruth the Moabitess, her daughter-in-law, arriving in Bethlehem as the barley festival was beginning.
Let me go to the fields and pick up the leftover grain.
Go ahead, my daughter.
So Ruth gleaned in the field until evening. Then she threshed the barley that she had gathered, and it amounted to about an ephah. Now Naomi had a relative on her husband's side from the clan of Elimelech, a man of standing whose name was Boaz.
Mr. Tomato Head. Yes, sire? Whose young woman is that? Well, she is the Moabitess who came from Moab with Naomi. She said, please let me glean and gather among the sheaves behind the harvester. She went into the field and has worked steadily from morning till now, except for a short rest in the shelter. My daughter, listen to me. Don't go and glean in other field. Don't go away from here. Stay here with my servant girls. Watch the field where the men are harvesting, and follow along the other girls. I have told the men not to touch you. And whenever you are thirsty, go and drink from the water jars the men have filled.
Why have I found such favor in your eyes that you notice me, a foreigner?
I've been told all about what you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband. How you left your father and mother and your homeland to come and live with a people you didn't know before. May the Lord repay you for what you have done and reward you under the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wing you have come to take refuge.
May I continue to find favor in your eyes, my Lord. You have given me comfort and have spoken kindly towards your servant, though I do not have standing of your other servant girls.
So Ruth stayed close to the servant girl of Boaz to glean until the barley and the wheat festivals were finished, and she lived with her mother-in-law.
Ruth, where did you glean today?
The name of the man I worked with today is Boaz.
The Lord bless him. He has not stopped showing his kindness to the living and the dead. That man is our close relative. He is one of our kinsmen redeemers. Get dressed with your finest clothes and perfume and go to him.
I will do whatever you say.
When Boaz had finished eating and drinking, and was in a good spirit, he went over to lie down at the far end of the grain pile. Ruth approached quietly, uncovered his feet, and lay down. In the middle of the night something startled the man, and he turned and discovered a woman lying at his feet.
Who are you?
I am your servant Ruth. Spread the corner of your garment over me, since you are a kinsman redeemer.
Lord bless you, my daughter. This kindness is greater than that which you showed earlier. You have not run after the younger men, whether rich or poor. And now, my daughter, don't be afraid. I will do for you all you ask. All my fellow townsmen know that you are a woman of noble character. Although it is true that I am near of kin, there is a kinsman redeemer nearer than I. Stay here for the night and the morning. If he wants to redeem, good, let him redeem. But if he is not willing, as surely as the Lord lives, I will do it. Lie here until the morning.
So she lay at his feet until morning, but got up before anyone could be recognized. Meanwhile, Boaz went up to the town gate and sat down there just as the guardian redeemer he had mentioned came along. Boaz said, "Come over here, my friend, and sit down." So he went over and sat down. Boaz took 10 of the elders of the town and said, "Sit here." So they did so.
Do you want the land? Yeah. Comes with Ruth. Who? Ruth. Nah.
So Boaz took Ruth, and she became his wife. Then he went to her, and the Lord enabled her to conceive, and she gave birth to a son. Then Naomi took the child, laid him on her lap, and cared for him. The women living there said, "Naomi has a son," and they named him Obed. He was the father of Jesse, the father of David. This, then, is the family line of Perez. Perez was the father of Hezron, Hezron the father of Ram, Ram the father of Amminadab, Amminadab the father of Nahshon, Nahshon the father of Salmon, Salmon the father of Boaz, Boaz the father of Obed, Obed the father of Jesse, and Jesse the father of David.
And so what we have learned applies to our lives today. And God has a lot to say.